That's Sandstorm!
We started in the backyard trying dangerous things at home. Got big on the internet and now he's got a brand new show. He's Kevin and he's lonely and there's nothing he don't know. So go ahead, pick up the phone. If you've got a problem that needs solving or a case you've got to close. Doesn't matter if it's serious or silly, Kevin's always good to go. He just needs someone to talk to cause he's bored and all alone. So call in with your questions, it's the Kevin Show.
Welcome to the Kevin Show! Woo! Oh, God. Hey, so you like my shirt? Look at this, check out this shirt. My mom made it for me. Thank you, Mom. I love you, Mom. Actually, she didn't make it. Somebody else made it, but she found the fabric. I think she got the fabric at Walmart. And it's been raining for the past few days here. We haven't been able to do anything. I've been stuck inside this garage doing something that's the opposite of raining. Let me show you. So I just got this machine from an old lady who was a smoker. This is a portable oxygen generator machine, and it takes the oxygen out of the air and concentrates it up to about 98%. And I got this from some old woman on Craigslist. She told me, Doc told me my heart was only at 20%, but it's back up to 35%, so I don't need this bad boy anymore. So what I want to try to do is make a macaroni or a pasta thermal lance using the oxygen from this machine. I've never done this before. I only saw it in a Nighthawk in Light video. Here's something even better. I've never heard of this before. Long macaroni. Have you heard of this before? It's just a long, hollow piece of spaghetti. So I think if I put oxygen through it and light it on fire, it'll turn into a little rocket engine. You wanna try it?
Yeah!
Now, how much do you think one of these machines costs brand new?
$3!
$3,000, and I got it for $300. It has 27,000 hours on it. So the air we breathe is only 20% oxygen, but the stuff coming out of this piece of pasta is 98% oxygen. So I bet I could hold my breath for 5 times as long. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna light this pasta on fire. So here's the plan. I light the pasta on fire and it turns into a little rocket engine. So the pasta's gonna burn really well because it has pure oxygen gas going through it. But something bad that could happen is the flame could just end up traveling back through all of the tubing into the machine. And with oxygen, everything is flammable. Everything will catch on fire, even my skin. So I have to be really careful when I do this. All right, here we go. And there we go. It's, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's a little bit smaller than I thought it would be. It seems like macaroni isn't that flammable. I mean, it's burning really cleanly, but it's just not that flammable. I guess we could burn something else. Like, what if we just tried burning the tube? Oh, whoa. Oh no, oh God, it's in the tube. It's in the tube, it's in the tube. I'm pinching it off and it's not doing anything. Where is it coming from? Ah! Okay, turn off the machine, stop the flow of oxygen. That's not helping. That's not helping, I gotta cut it. Oh God. Woo! Oxygen! Okay, everybody in the audience, put on your Kevin Show respirators under your seat. Woo! Oh my gosh, I forgot the respirators. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So that's what I've been up to, you know, just playing around with my new oxygen machine, but I'm curious to see what questions you guys have for me this week. So it's time to bring out the button, listen to some questions. Again, the number is on the screen. So call me with any questions, advice, challenges, stories, anything, life advice. No. So last week I asked you to help me identify these 2 objects, and it sounds like Joe from Vancouver has the answer.
Kevin, my name is Joe. I'm a metal detectorist from Vancouver, Canada, and I just wanted to answer your end of show question regarding those 2 items that you had. So the first one, the small yellow trinket, is almost certainly a vial for drugs, probably cocaine or something. The top little metal piece should twist off and it should be hollow inside. Hopefully it's empty. And the magnetic rock is almost certainly a piece of industrial slag. I come across both of those things quite often when I'm metal detecting in Canada. And if you feel like plugging my YouTube channel, it's Scoopy Joe on YouTube. Thank you very much. I appreciate everything that you guys do.
Thank you, Goofy Joe. I had no idea. I feel like Scoopy Joe. Scoopy Joe? Hey, Scoopy Joe, I'm sorry. I had no idea that the cap came off of this. I was trying, but it just seemed like it was stuck. But once you mentioned that, look at that. No drugs, though, unfortunately. And then Joe thinks this one is slag. And we had another caller leave a message saying that they think it's slag from grinding the railroad tracks down or something like that, or for doing the thermite joints between the rails. So 2 people said that this is slag, so I guess I'm gonna have to go with slag for this one too. Pretty cool. Our first question comes from Cassidy in Maine.
Hi, Kevin. This is Cassidy calling in from Maine. I have a question. It's kind of a chemistry question, I guess.
Okay.
So we have those little bleach tablets that we leave in our toilet tank, so it kind of keeps the toilet clean all the time. But our cat has taught himself to pee in the toilet.
Awesome.
And cat pee has ammonia in it, which I'm pretty sure is bad to mix with bleach. So I guess my question is, should I be scolding my cat for peeing in the toilet and potentially making mustard gas? Like, do I need to stop him from peeing in the toilet because of his acidic pee? Let me know. Bye.
Oh, Cassidy, this is a problem that you have. Well, first of all, you're not actually making mustard gas. You're making chlorine gas or chloramine gas, which is like the smell that you get from a swimming pool or peeing in the toilet right after you bleached it. The bad news is it's also very toxic. Let's look at the reaction between ammonia and bleach. Ammonia plus bleach equals chloramine. The chlor comes from chlorine and bleach. The amine comes from ammonia. The actual reaction is really complicated, and I'm not gonna draw all of that, but this is basically what's going on. And that's what smells like mustard gas, and it basically does the same thing to your lungs. You guys wanna try it? You wanna try it? Let's do it! We got some bleach and ammonia right here. Now the audience will know exactly what you're talking about, Cassidy. So off the top of my head, this is kind of what the molecule of mustard gas looks like. I think it has a sulfur somewhere in the middle, and then it has these wavy wings that come off of it. Is that right, fact checker? It's a blister agent. Isn't that a horrible term? A blister agent? And then chlorine gas just kind of burns your eyes, like when you're frying up some hot peppers in a pan, kind of the same thing that's going on. It's never really dangerous in the concentration like you would get from peeing in the toilet. It's just kind of annoying. All right, let's make cat piss mustard gas. So this jar is the toilet, and this is the bleach that's in your toilet. Wait, so how strong is this ammonia? It doesn't say, but it does say, do not mix with other household cleaners as hazardous fumes may result. I think it's just gonna be an invisible, insidious gas that slowly poisons the audience here. Just a little bit, I think that's all you need. There you go. So, whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's strong. Okay, so let's add some more cat pee. So right now it's kind of blue, but if I shake it up, maybe we'll get some reaction with the bleach and the coloring. Oh my gosh. Here, you guys try it. Try some of the cat pee. Try some cat pee. Okay, so Cassidy, I think you're faced with a choice here. Either deal with the mustard gas or possibly just remove the little bleach tablet from your toilet. Either way, I think getting your cat to go into the toilet is epic all on its own, so good job there, Cassidy. Getting your cat to pee in the toilet is worth a little chlorine gas.
Next.
All right, the next question comes from Eric in the Bay Area. I love a good Bay.
Hello, my name is Eric. I'm calling from the Bay Area, California, United States.
I was wondering which one.
My question is, how come ceiling fans don't act like propellers and pull the entire ceiling down onto a room and crush the people in it? Thank you.
I love that. You have a great imagination, Eric. Oh my gosh, that gives me some really good ideas or bad ideas. Technically, your ceiling fan is acting like a propeller. I mean, it is like pushing the air down. It's just not doing it very efficiently. You know, if you put a jet engine or an airplane propeller in your room, I think there's a good chance that something small and fluffy like a cat would get sucked up into it. You know, if you step on drywall, your foot is gonna go right through the drywall. So I think a fan that has enough suction could easily just suck the drywall off of the ceiling into the fan and grenade it into the room. You know, if a fan is about 5 feet wide, I think it would have to make somewhere between 500 and 700 pounds off the top of my head. it would also take off the top of your head. So you know how fans have that switch on them that control the summer and the winter modes? One of them pushes air down. The other mode, if you flip the switch, pushes the air up onto the ceiling. So depending on your mood, you can either pull the roof through the ceiling into your room or blast the roof off of your house. Yeah, I hope that answers your question, Eric.
Next.
Our next question comes from Ozzy in Seattle. He actually has two. Let's hear the first one.
Hi, Kevin. I'm Ozzy calling in from Seattle. You have the right to use my voice, edit whatever. My throat's up for grabs. You name it. I've got some questions to ask. One, can we hold evolution at gunpoint? If we were to take like a bunch of toxic waste and a bunch of organic matter and throw them together, can we force the bacteria to evolve to eat said toxic waste to survive? If we just give them like access to the atmosphere but no light, can we somehow force evolution to thrive off of our mistakes, essentially?
So Ozzy was basically saying, can we accelerate evolution by placing bacteria in a really hostile environment, and hopefully the one bacteria that survives goes on to make a bunch of more bacteria that can thrive in that environment. And I think you could definitely do that. I mean, that's how antibiotic resistance works. You know, hand sanitizer kills 99.999% of bacteria, but that 1% of bacteria, oh, they're gonna grow up to be some bad boys. There's bacteria in Chernobyl that can feed off of radiation. So they get energy from radioactive rays hitting them, like some kind of crazy photosynthesis. There's bacteria that can survive really hot temperatures at the bottom of the ocean. They can even survive in space and then continue to grow again once they get back down to Earth. Oh yeah, there's also bacteria that leach metal out of stuff. So they use that, actually, they already do this for like refining gold and copper and stuff. They've like genetically engineered bacteria. They turn into like a slurry and they mix in some glucose and then they mix a bunch of rock dust in there. The bacteria will absorb the metal, turn it into a metal salt, which is water soluble. And then all they have to do is like evaporate the water and there's metal ready to be refined. Okay, so how could you do this yourself, Eric? Well, I would start off with a very slightly toxic sludge and go from there. Maybe just set it outside and test it with a microscope every once in a while to see if anything's growing in it, and then maybe add some more toxic sludge and see what happens. This reminds me of a doomsday scenario I have though. What if bacteria or fungus evolved to eat plastic? That would be pretty bad, right? You know, like back in the early ages of the Earth, a few hundred years ago, there was no bacteria or fungus that could like decay trees. So the trees were just piling up and the poor dinosaurs had to crawl over all these trees until a fungus evolved the ability to break down cellulose in the trees. So I think the same thing could happen with plastic. And then you're gonna have like plastic that just starts decaying. You know, airplanes are gonna fall out of the sky. Your tires are gonna fall off your car. I don't know, it could happen, maybe. Maybe you could do it, Ozzy. Good luck. Let's hear your next question.
We always hear struggles about how deep we can go in the water because of ocean pressure, but can we like nest submarines inside of each other to like withstand pressure? If you have a submarine, inside the submarine it might only be a few atmospheres, and outside is like a bajillion atmospheres.
Nice
So
try.
if you place a submarine inside of that submarine, now you can like each submarine only has to withstand so much of the pressure difference. So then you can just kind of like infinitely nest them and go infinitely deep. Does that work? Is that possible? Thank you.
That's a nice try. That would have been a cool hack, a nice physics glitch, but I don't think it works like that. Basically what you're doing is just making a really thick submarine at that point. The first submarine still has to be strong enough to resist the pressure of the ocean at like what you said, 3,000 PSI. If you go deeper than that, it's just gonna be like a pancake where the first sub is gonna implode, get the second sub, it's like a building collapsing, but it's like a 9/11 Ocean's Gate nesting doll where the floors and the subs collapse in on each other. And even if you put pressure between the hulls of the submarine, you're still putting that pressure on the next sub inside of it. So, you know, if you're trying to balance out the pressure, it's still gonna be pushing down on the next sub inward. So they all have to be collectively as strong as just one submarine, so you're not really saving anything by doing this. You could just make an infinitely thick submarine that could go infinitely deep. There's nothing down there anyway. Let's hear from Jake in San Francisco.
Hi, Kevin. This is Jake from
Hi,
San
Jake.
Francisco. And
From the
I
Bay
had
Area.
I'm in my class right now. I don't know how I did this class, but how do you read a Smith's chart?
Oh no.
Meow.
Meow. I think I was also procrastinating in that class because it's still kind of confusing, but we can draw it out and look at it. So a Smith chart is something that you would use in electrical engineering. A Smith chart helps you figure out the impedance of a system. It's for impedance matching. Basically, you have the top region, the bottom region, the left region, and the right region. And if everything is perfectly balanced, your inductance and your capacitance, you are right here in the center. So with the Smith chart, usually you get something that looks like, if you're testing something, you might get like a line that looks like this, some weird squiggly line through your Smith chart. And that basically tells you, it depends on the frequency. Oh God. So if you're at this frequency right here, if you're going upwards, that's inductance. That means you have too much inductance. If you're going down, that's capacitance. Am I getting this right?
It's also like rotating.
Yeah.
If you're going clockwise, clockwise.
So this if you're at this point right here, you need more capacitance to bring you down here. So you want to hit that line by adding capacitance, and then to move over, you need less resistance. Oh my gosh, Jake, I'm so sorry. You should probably just pay attention in class. Yeah, I think it needs more lines because normally you have like a grid in here that kind of helps you tell exactly where you are. And then sometimes you have Smith charts that are backwards, and that's for, I think, reactance. So it starts to look like that. And then sometimes you're measuring a line and it just does like, whee, and you can't tell what's going on. Yeah, so if you're right here and you want to go over here, you should just call somebody that knows how to do this. Okay, I'm scared of this next caller. They left no name, no location. Let's hear what they have to say.
All right, Kevin. My question
tell it's gonna be
for
one of
you
those.
is, what do you think the best conspiracy theory is?
Oh, aliens. Aliens. But really, I have another conspiracy theory. Someone somewhere has figured out the secret to immortality. Some undergraduate that was doing some research figured out, oh, all you need to do is take this drug or eat this chemical or mix bleach and ammonia and you live forever. And then they told their professor, oh, the experiment didn't work. The mice didn't live at all. They instantly died and they just wrote it off. But these kids are living forever now. It could happen. It's totally plausible. I mean, it makes sense. If you figured out the secret to immortality, would you tell anybody? Think about it. What would you do? Think about it. Maybe I'm a 9,000-year-old cat girl wizard. Or aliens. I mean, I bet there's gotta be aliens. I know, I mean, think about it. There's billions of galaxies. We're broadcasting all these radio signals. Somebody must have heard us. There's gotta be aliens. My least favorite conspiracy is probably lizard people. I just don't get it. Why lizard people? Why not cat people? You know, dog people? Yeah, cat girls. And also, one of my least favorite conspiracies is also aliens because it draws out all the nut jobs. It's the most basic conspiracy theory, so you get everybody. People see planes in the sky now, like actually planes. It's a plane and they say it's an orb. It's a shape-shifting UFO. They have that technology. And it's just like, okay, you can't argue with that. Now there's people that say that they can like use telepathy to call in alien UFOs on demand. You just have to buy their course and go to their retreat for $1,000. That's all the rage on the UFO subreddit right now, is this guy who can like psychically just call UFOs, and then he has rich people that go to his retreat and watch him call UFOs. And I guarantee you, it's a guy with a drone that just flies around and everybody thinks it's an orb. I'm glad you let me get that out of my system. Thank you, Mr. Anonymous person. The next question is a text question. As a reminder, you can also text the number to ask your questions or whatever else you want. Okay, so here we go. Another mystery texter from Sacramento. If you were to be transported to the Titanic, but could bring any of your projects from your YouTube videos, what would you bring? I know who this is. This is Mr. Kite from the Discord server who doesn't stop talking about the Titanic. I know I'm gonna die, right? Like, I'm on the Titanic. Like, what would be funny if they found at the bottom of the ocean 100 years from now? Maybe my punch gun so I could fight my way through the crowd to get on a life raft. Maybe my giant ballista so I can fight through the crowd to get on one of my life rafts. The giant bear trap. Well, maybe a giant bear trap so I could get a whole group of people and get on a life raft instead. Maybe I could use my handheld rocket motor and I could melt the ice before it destroyed the Titanic. I could save the Titanic. Or I could just bring a flashlight or something. So I'm sorry if those weren't very good answers, but your question also wasn't a very good question. We have another question that was submitted to the text line. It says suspected spam. Hello, am interested in this, your art. Do you have it for sale? Did you see this? It's a deer. It's a nice deer painting. Somebody typed the number in wrong. Somebody found this painting on Facebook Marketplace and texted somebody and got the wrong number. It's a puzzle. Oh, it is a puzzle. Hello, am interested in this, your art. Do you have it available for sale? I thought, I'm not having a stroke. That's what they typed. Is this you or is this spam? All right, the next question is from Martin in Dayton, Ohio. Oh, whoa, Dayton, Oregon.
Hey, Kevin, This is Martin. I'm calling from Dayton, Oregon, and I was wondering if it's possible to get 3D scans of your whole entire body for personal uses and maybe a 3D printed shrine, 1-to-1 scale.
1-to-1?
Hi.
Meow. Why is everybody meowing at the end of the calls? Just the way you said personal uses is, I mean, I'm cool with the shrine, but I mean, I don't know what else is going on there, but maybe we can do some 3D scans. I know you thought this was a joke, but what if I actually send you a full life-size 3D print of me? What are you gonna do, huh? You wanna do it? 1 billion polygons. Okay, there you go, there's your scan. I don't wanna know what you're gonna do with that. Yeah, you're welcome, Martin. Let's hear the next question. No more questions. Oh, that's it for this episode of the Kevin Show. No, wait, I have a question for you guys. I have right here a series of x-rays that I took, and I want you guys to try to guess what all of these mystery objects are. First person to correctly guess them all wins. So again, here's the phone number. You can call it, you can text it, leave questions, stories, anything you want. I'm not your mom. See you later.